Right, so I'm just going to post a quick photo because it's getting out of hand now and it's gone to the next level, hasn't it? And there's only so much you can do when you just kind of grin and bear it when people try and discuss this whole subject with you. But I mean, this week they've rolled out, the NHS are throwing out posters aimed at the 18 to 29 year olds, that would be myself, saying that you should definitely get your jab, both of them, you should get both of your jabs so you don't miss out. Here's the posters, so you don't miss out on clubbing, so you don't miss out on travelling, so you don't miss out on general good times. And God knows what else they're going to pump out soon, but I imagine food, water, family, life in general will. The next, and I can let travel go because, you know, England is a very fucking great place with plenty to see, and any dickhead who's tried to go abroad to their villa in Mallorca during all of this is an absolute fucking dickhead. But you were before anyway, because this country is full of stuff which I definitely bet that you haven't even seen and or looked into. So you're bad if you need to fly out of this country just to have a break. Like, what's wrong with you? Sit down, read a book, chill, have a joint, and maybe crack a fancy beer and just fucking sip away at that whilst just reading and figuring out what world you live in, rather than having to go abroad, book your deck chair and put your towel over it before the Germans get to them, just so you can sit under the same fucking sun that we're sat under now over there. It's ridiculous. And then probably you'll bark on about fucking climate change and like how it's terrible, but then you're the one who chooses to fly aeroplanes to places anyway, so whatever, it's not the point. But it's too much now, and I'm not here on this earth to explain why I don't want these vaccines, okay? So I was just born here, it wasn't my choice, and I'm here, I've got to experience this time. And you think for 1 second that I'm going to it is experimental, like, let's be honest. It's never been used before, it's a new technology, and it hasn't been tested for more than 4 months or whatever the fuck it took to make this thing. And it's just a fact that everyone's still acting like it's so normal, and I'm the crazy one because I question it. And I've had vaccines before, so what's the problem? It's like, well, yeah, I didn't have a choice in those first vaccines anyway. What, the meningitis one, I guess the measles, mumps and rubella one, I guess the polio one. I didn't get the TB one because the government decided that my year group didn't need that because it was more of an Asian immigrant problem, and just those families needed it. So I didn't even get a TB jab. I've been around people with TB, I've never caught TB, but that's not the point, is it? Because I don't know. I mean, because if I don't have this one, I'm definitely going to die of COVID. But I'll still get COVID, but I'll die of it if I don't get the vaccine. It just doesn't make sense. Like, you've literally lived on the same earth as me, and you think that's how it works. Like, this time, that's how it is. So we're all accepting that that's the way it is, and we're all rolling with it, and we're going to start alienating people who don't roll with it. It's like, no, I've decided now I can't have discussions with people who've bowed down and taken these things already, because you're out of the argument. What point could you possibly make when you're already out? You're out of the argument, so I can't have time for it. I wish you luck, and I'm sure you won't die of having the vaccine itself, but I don't understand why you've done it. It's all, and people who don't think this is about control, like the nuts thing. I think like it took the biscuit. It's the NHS tracking passport app, and how you have to sign up for that, and does no one see what's clearly going on? This is like data harvesting at its best, at its easiest, and at its cheapest, because you are going to do it for them. And it's as simple as what? I mean, I haven't even seen the app, but I've had this explained to me. And so you got to sign up with a picture of your passport, with your passport photo, and then just so they can make sure it definitely is you got to have a new photo of yourself right now. And then just to make sure it's definitely you got to film yourself saying 4 letters so they can voice recognize you as well and see your like moving face, which is fine. And then what? You're going to sign into this app with your fingerprint that's part of your phone already. And then you're going to what? You're going to join up like your new number, your email, You're going to get that same phone and you're going to go to Tesco. You're going to get the Tesco Club Card app and you're going to scan everything you buy, food-wise and just health-wise, and they can figure out what you are, what you do, what you eat, how much you shop. Are you a good person? Are you a bad person? And then if you're a super idiot, you've been scanning into every shop for the last year for no reason. You didn't have to, but you did. And you scan into every shop so they know where you are. So if you have any kind of claims, any kind of benefits coming in, they can literally dive in and see exactly where you go, what you do, if you're lying. Should you, I mean, what, you've been to the Spoons, have you? And you've had a couple of pints. Well, it says here that you can't drink because of your medical records. It says here that you can't travel. You shouldn't be driving, but it doesn't say you've ordered any taxis, because on your Uber app, it doesn't say anything here about taxis. And I mean, in your claim for your benefits, it says that you can't walk too far. So surely you're pulling the system. You're going to lose all your money, and you signed up for it, and it's all your fault. And it blows my damn mind that everyone's just falling for it and then defending it. It makes no sense, but it is where we are. I'm just pissed off with it. I'm done. I will not be going into this. I mean, if I lose my job, fine. If I lose my house, fine. If I can't leave the country, not a problem. I mean, already, I didn't sign up for the census last year when they put that shit round, and now, or the electoral roll, because fuck that. And my work tried to sort me a credit card to use at work, so it's not even me signing up for it. But apparently it was an issue to get me signed up because I wasn't on the electoral roll. And how has that affected my credit rating so much that I can't even get a credit card from someone else? I would never even fucking sign up for one. I never have. Never had a credit card. Debit only, you know, I just pay as we go. Never took credit or a massive loan, apart from my mortgage. Ridiculous. But that's where I am. Absolutely ridiculous. So the ball has started rolling. I'm sure, I mean, there's jobs online now for people who are going to start knocking doors and checking if you're jabbed or not. And I'm sure they will be the same fucking idiots. If you sign up for that job and you don't believe in what's going on, you're worse than anyone else. If you want to push this thing along, then fuck you, man. If you don't believe what's going on, but you still choose to work for Track or Trace, if you still choose to work at these vaccination centres, fuck you, man. Stop letting this happen. We've got to stop complying. We've got to stop rolling with it, because it's not going to stop. And we know it can't. There's no way it's going to be lawful, or like it's going to be against our rights for them to say that we can't go into places. So these are all empty threats right now anyway, I'm sure. I'm sure that all these threats that are going on right now will just peter out eventually, because enough people will be scared enough to get the vaccine anyway, just because of these threats. It's all coercion. How they'll say it's an incentive, because if you get the vaccine, that means that you can get this pass, which means you can go abroad and go to parties. And it's like, that's coercion. That's not an incentive. That's ridiculous. And like the incentives, you got these other ones where, like at the student places at the moment, they're all saying, oh, you get entered into a £5,000 draw. Get both your jabs. And it's like, for fuck's sake, is that where we are? Because there's no money. You couldn't give me enough money for me to take this fucking thing now. It's not going to happen. I don't need the money. We've all been on furlough. We've realised money's fucking useless anyway if there's nothing on. So why on earth would anyone be coerced by monetary gain from this? Blows my fucking mind. But hey, we are where we are. It's probably the start of something here. It's a joke. But we'll see where we end up, eh? I hope everyone with a brain out there is doing okay. I hope your job's still secure and everything's fine. Yeah, we'll see how we go.
For my mates down the pub, for dancing in the club, for the long-awaited embraces, for not fearing tight spaces, for gigs and mosh pits and Wellington boots, for fewer video calls and you're still on mute, for that well-deserved time on the beach, for enduring the awful best man speech, for seeing the back of unprecedented, for the old normal and back to being truly connected. Whoever it's for, whatever it's for. If you're over 18, don't miss your vaccine.